subtle just resist. Okay. Second one. Okay, that's the type 2. I let her push and then I resisted. And then again push. Type 3. Just see, I could let her get a little movement. So we've got all 3 muscle types there. And she's clear on that side. Okay, we've got a type 1. Okay, push hard. Type 2. Type 3. Okay, so this will be a good demonstration. So we're going to check her glabella for pituitary involvement. Push. And it's there. So now I need to know if I need to treat a visceral input to the labyrinthine system that's causing inflammation, or if I just need to do pituitary drive. So the technique we're going to use is just to rub the mastoid processes just gently. Okay, and that strengthened her. So now I'm suspecting, and it's almost always small intestine because of leaky gut type issues, intestinal permeability. So, and it is small intestine. So all I'm going to do is just simply treat her small intestine neurolymphatics. Now, in my clinic, I may have tested her on one of the products that we use for treating leaky gut, or maybe a probiotic, so you have to take that into account. We go through tons and tons of repair bite for this, and this is one of the first places you can pick up the gut permeability issues is right off the bat. And all the way back to the days of, George Goodhart talking about small intestine. We all know about how many things he attributed to that switching and absorption of nutrients and on and on and on. So treating the small intestine right off the bat is just a lot of mileage right there. Okay, so that cleared that up. Okay, I want to check it both ways to make it clear, because sometimes you'll fix it in one direction and another aspect will show up on the other side where they might need pituitary drive, or it could be a neck reflex. So you want to make sure you've got it clear on both sides, because if you don't, you're going to pay for it later on. That's how this all works, is everything has to be thoroughly checked because of the domino effect. So turn your head this way. Okay, so we're good on both sides. Now what I discovered, and again I've been thinking about this for a while, is the muscle testing you do for the reciprocal inhibition is it's a lot of work. It's arduous to get through all the different reflexes and everything, so you certainly don't want to do it if you don't have to. So what I found was, if I tested, hold your part, leg up for me, and resist. Okay, that's strong. And resist. And that's strong. If I test the contralateral flexor simultaneously, not individually, but simultaneously, okay, push both. Okay, and they're weak. That they'll have reciprocal inhibition issues. Just, I just thought, and I said, there's just got to be a way to come up with a simple screening tool for this. So that's a huge clinical pearl in that, because it's going to save you a lot of time. On this patient, obviously, it's not going to save you any time, but on a patient who doesn't have those issues, it's going to save you several muscle tests, and by the end of the day, those muscle tests add up, and so fatigue and everything else. So now we're going to check reciprocal inhibition. So you've got two options. You can stretch the muscle spindle, or you can have the patient contract it. Usually on younger folks, I'll have sometimes on elderly people, or people who are really unathletic and have like no concept of their body, do the muscle spindle, because they just won't be able to do the contractions and stuff like that. So when I contract here, the upper body flexor on the same side should be normally inhibited. Okay, and it's not, so we know we have a reciprocal inhibition issue. So I want to find out what's involved. We start with the brain. Okay, it's always the first one we always check is the frontal cortex, and then we want to see what neurotransmitters are involved with this. So go ahead and contract. And so we've got GABA or glycine. So
Let's get our kit out.